The Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar, ready to face down Punk.
Banga coming to the ring by Paul Heyman from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar!
Flanked by his devious representative Paul Heyman, the Beast incarnate is a three-time WWE champion, the 2000 college champion, a former MMA champion. We talked about this earlier tonight, Corey. You believe no disqualification will firmly favor Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar defeated one of the greatest MMA stars of all time in the octagon. He defeated one of the biggest sports entertainment stars of all time, Triple H, inside a steel cage. So yeah, I believe no holds barred favors the Beast.
Heyman staring intently at his moneymaker. Remember, Heyman tossed Punk to the curb when CM Punk told him, "I don't want you in my business, but I want to remain friends." As soon as Punk couldn't make Heyman money, Heyman said, "See you, bye."
Well, that's just business.
Well, to Punk, it was personal. Gentlemen, it is time.
Yeah, but whose time is it, Wade?
Well, we're about to find out, because this is one of the most highly anticipated matches that I can remember in the history of WWE.
This is one of those matches, guys, where you're just proud to be here to watch it. You know, CM Punk, when you see him in the locker room, he's always that guy that likes to joke around. He's always loose. He's always ready to go. But today, there was a different feeling around CM Punk. The intensity was there. CM Punk was completely focused throughout the entire day because he realizes he's headed into a fight. A no disqualification fight tonight against Lesnar, a man who outweighs him by 50 pounds.
CM Punk almost defeated the undefeatable, The Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. But this could be the biggest fight of CM Punk's life.
And let's not forget the list of injuries Brock Lesnar has given to CM Punk over the last month. He put 4 stitches into the chin of CM Punk. He caused rib injuries, a knee injury, an ankle injury as well. Brock Lesnar just feeding on Punk in recent weeks.
CM Punk asked for this. Punk wanted to take on his former best friend, Paul Heyman, and his new partner, Brock Lesnar. But if you ask me, Punk let emotions blind him here.
Yeah, it's all about vengeance for Punk against the man who betrayed him, Paul Heyman. But having to go through Brock Lesnar to do it is no simple task.
But Punk says he's not afraid of the Beast, that he can take Lesnar on no problem, that he can thrive without.
Uh-oh, submission move. Fujiwara armbar.
CM Punk up, trying to find a way out. And he's out and delivers a knee. What an axe handle.
CM Punk has spent his entire WWE career with the striking and submission edge over his opponents due to his MMA training. Tonight, that will not be the case.
That's an understatement, Wade. Punk is a top-tier practitioner.
Shoulder into the midsection and a pin, going for the 3 count. Bit cheeky going for that pin. He's got out of there fairly easily.
Caught with a clothesline.
Climbing to the top rope here.
Wants to finish this.
Up high. Wow, cross body. Launched right out of the ring. Something to note tonight, Brock Lesnar is dominant but beatable. He lost his return match after a decade away to John Cena. He lost to Triple H at WrestleMania earlier this year.
Well, not to disparage the game, but Triple H only won 1 of 3 matches against Brock over the last year. And as for Cena, you can bet that Lesnar is laser focused on getting revenge sooner rather than later.
Taking a little tour of ringside, and I guess we're one of the pit stops. This is just turning into a savage display of violence. Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous.
Oh, what an axe handle.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Somehow, Punk has Brock Lesnar on the back foot here.
Ooh, stiff punch.
Corey, I know earlier tonight you said a no DQ environment favors the Beast, but I think this stipulation may just be the saving grace for CM Punk this evening. If Punk can grab a hold of something at ringside, it can be an equalizer.
I will concede that if Punk can somehow keep Brock from using weapons while wielding one of his own, he will have the advantage. But consider this, Brock Lesnar now has illegal holds at his disposal. Brock Lesnar can now use his inhuman strength to swing a steel chair at CM Punk or throw Punk through a table. There's nothing more frightening to me than the idea of Brock Lesnar having no limits to his brutality. Oh, God!
Not a position the Beast Incarnate is used to. The damage starting to pile up.
Look out! Good Lord! Taking flight!
Using the ropes to devastating effect.
Like a missile through the air.
And now that he's got that steel chair, watch out. Quick evasion from him there.
He'll make his way to the ring. And if Brock Lesnar looked at me like that, I think I'd run the other way.
A quick takedown, double left in that height. Wow, how the turntable.
I don't know why he just called off the pin attempt.
Hopefully he has a strategy.
Brock getting out of harm's way.
Oh, what an axe handle.
And the momentum's clearly against Brock now.
At the moment, Brock has no answer for Punk's raw determination.
Escape just in time. Connected hard with the calf kick.
Grab your little dog and warn your aunt. Calf kick on the money.
Oh, and a chair shot delivered. Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
Punk is determined.
Nice takedown. Stack them up. Hold it over versus it. Shoulders.
I did not see this coming. He's abandoned that pin attempt completely. And averting damage there.
Lesnar from behind. Brock Lesnar, perhaps setting up for a trifecta of Germans here. And Corey, you know what this means?
An all-expenses paid trip. Welcome to Suplex City. Punk absorbing some brutal offense from Brock Lesnar. I wasn't sure Punk could keep up with Lesnar's hits, but here we are.
Two aggressive stars, so well matched, not in terms of physicality, but mentality.
Lesnar caught off guard. Pile driver! Spiked him. He's climbing the turnbuckles to the top. Looking for something.
Perched up top.
Crash landing.
Landing on that chair might have just rearranged some body parts.
Strong counter from Punk. Uh-oh. What a crossbody!
A roll of the dice and it pays off in full.
And Punk making his way back to the ring. Brock here now, not used to being without the momentum.
Brock's cage might be a bit rattled.
Punk scaling the turnbuckles.
Perched up top.
Diving knee drop.
dominant.
Up high, crossbody from the top. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Oh, great wherewithal there. Lesnar able to stop the blitz that was coming his way.
Brock got tired of being pushed around, wants to gain the advantage now.
Ripped in the hard way. This is not where you want to be against Brock Lesnar. Punk has to stop this onslaught, and fast. Brace for impact. Here it comes. The Beast Incarnate with an F5. That's it. Brock's got this.
Covers, wasting no time.
This could be it.
How on earth?
Lesnar can't believe it, and honestly, I don't know if anyone here can. Under any other circumstances, that would be it. It would be over.
Hard-hitting calf kick finds its mark. The ferocity we have witnessed here tonight, the determination, Punk and Lesnar are having a battle. No, a war for the ages.
Brock headed ringside one more time. Uh-oh, he's searching for something.
And he's got the hardwood in hand, and you have to go.
He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night.
The risk clearly was not worth the reward as they just came up empty-handed there. And he is busted open now. He may need medical attention, and soon. Torque now being applied to that arm. Good old-fashioned punch to the jaw.
And he slides him back to the mat. Triangle armbar, submission hold in.
Lesnar looking for any opportunity to break this hold. And it looks like one has been found.
And he saw that coming from Brock.
Crack your knuckles. We've got a Donnybrook here.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
What impressive determination from both competitors. Keeping at each other no matter what.
Just emptying everything they've got now.
Punch lands.
Peeling their opponent off of the ground, hooking the leg.
Fisherman's Buster.
CM Punk hoists his opponent.
Go to sleep. And Lesnar is out.
Up high.
Big splash.
Oh, a merciless assault.
And remember, guys, this is the no disqualification match. Punk looking to put it away with a GTS to Lesnar. Lesnar's down. Cover by Punk. And Heyman now gets involved. Remember, no disqualification.
Well, Heyman's already betrayed Punk once recently. Now he does it again, breaking up a sure victory for CM Punk. And now Punk has lost the plot.
Heyman looks like he's about to soil himself. It's about self-preservation for Heyman.
Self-preservation is easy when you have the Beast Incarnate backing you up.
Went for the F5, but what a counter by Punk into a DDT. Cover now for the win over Lesnar and a kick out.
A late kick out, and Paul Heyman can't believe it, but now straight into the Anaconda Vice grip.
Punk squeezing with all of his might, trying to put down the Beast. And Heyman again.
Well, just when it looked like a tap-out was imminent from Brock Lesnar, Heyman involved in proceedings and gets peppered with a shot from CM Punk.
And Punk now finally taking his frustrations out on Heyman with the Anaconda Vice and Brock with a chair.
Well, Paul Heyman paying dividends right there for Brock Lesnar. The distraction enough to give the Beast the impetus to take control once again with that chair.
Not done yet.
Lesnar won't be done until Punk is completely destroyed.
And it looks like that moment is imminent, Corey.
Punk up on Lesnar's shoulders. Brock Lesnar marching around the ring. Oh, it delivers an F5 out of the chair. And this is just the worst position Punk can be in.
Well, it just goes to show you never turn your back on the beast incarnate. Lesnar cinching in the stretch muffler submission. He calls the Brock lock. The Brock lock is applied. Lesnar with the win.
The winner of this match, Brock Lesnar!
It's the best versus the beast. CM Punk taking on Brock Lesnar. This is a matchup fueled by passion, ego, jealousy, and betrayal.
It all started with Paul Heyman's backstabbing betrayal of Punk to align himself with Brock Lesnar. Now Punk wants vengeance. He wants justice to prove CM Punk is still the best in the world, even without Heyman by his side.
But without him, Heyman says Punk is nothing, that he leveled up by moving on to Brock Lesnar. Heyman and Lesnar are on to bigger and better things after putting his CM Punk business to rest here at Summerslam. Paul Heyman said recently that Brock Lesnar is currently in the best fighting shape of his life. And guys, that's a very frightening thought.
Consider everything Brock has been able to accomplish before now, before being at his best. The fastest ride
From the top,
All the way down to the floor.
Well, if you're going to be done like that, you better be just as tough.
I don't know if anyone is that tough.
he is looking to do some serious harm.
From above!
Here we go. Through the air. And connects.
You got to be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
And he's able to avoid that offense.
Something to note tonight, Brock Lesnar is dominant but beatable. He lost his return match after a decade away to John Cena. He lost to Triple H at WrestleMania earlier this year.
Well, not to disparage the game, but Triple H only won 1 of 3 matches against Brock over the last year. And as for Cena, you can bet that Lesnar is laser focused on getting revenge sooner rather than later.
Something CM Punk must do tonight is bring the ferocity. Brock Lesnar is a vicious, unfeeling competitor. Punk has to be the same.
Well, the emotions involved in this match will help with that. You can tell this is a more intense CM Punk. Punk is more focused and vindictive than we've seen before. And the manager is searching under the ring. He can only be looking for something nefarious down. No way! What a crossbody!
Unbelievable athleticism. Just going for it all and landing a direct hit.
Looking to loosen some chiclets with the hockey stick.
That had to hurt like hell.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury.
Corey, I know earlier tonight you said a no DQ environment favors the beast, but I think this stipulation may just be the saving grace for CM Punk this evening. If Punk can grab a hold of something at ringside, it can be an equalizer.
I will concede that if Punk can somehow keep Brock from using weapons while wielding one of his own, he will have the advantage. But consider this, Brock Lesnar now has illegal holds at his disposal. Brock Lesnar can now use his inhuman strength to swing a steel chair at CM Punk or throw Punk through a table. There's nothing more frightening to me than the idea of Brock Lesnar having no limits to his brutality. Oh, how about you take a shovel across your dome?
What? Why would you throw a shovel like that?
And as is so often the case when a man faces Brock Lesnar, Punk finds himself taking on early attacks. Everything he can do to create space here. Shining Wizard! Uh-oh, Punk taking a look under the ring apron now.
he's about to leave his mark on the
double leg takedown. Gonna stack them up here. Look at
pin. Don't know how he can't get more than a 1 count at this point. It's cinched in, a crossface applied with the kendo stick.
absolutely trapped, nowhere to go. And battling against the submission, and Punk breaks free.
Oof! Caught a back elbow for that trouble.
Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
God, Lord, brutally swinging that steel chair. Brock getting out of harm's way.
Brock Lesnar, what power! F5!
That could be Punk's demise.
Not even a 2 count. What unbelievable power!
Simply unreal, potentially inhuman. Kicking out at one. How on earth?
And I'll tell you this, Brock Lesnar does not appreciate that kind of defiance. It's sure to raise his ire.
Slips out of the way.
Punishing power slam.
My God! Did you hear that chair shot?
On a well-placed calf kick there.
And guys, Punk might have this. He's got victory in his sights with Brock in this condition.
Oh, roundhouse kick connects.
And CM Punk is in control.
At the moment, Brock has no answer for Punk's raw determination.
Introducing the steel chair into this match and able to skirt around that attack. Brock getting out of harm's way. Clothesline!
Off with their head.
Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
Neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty. I wasn't sure Punk could keep up with Lesnar's hits, but here we are.
Two aggressive stars, so well matched, not in terms of physicality, but mentality.
Pile driver. Brock must be phased after this string of action.
Somehow, Punk has Brock Lesnar on the back foot here.
Perched up top.
A diving knee drop. And he's looking for it again, heading to the top.
Stalking from above.
Blast off.
Whoa, cross body. Attempting high-risk move. After high-risk move at a breakneck pace. And Punk gets countered there. Momentum isn't completely out of Brock's side just yet.
Could be what Lesnar needed to reawaken the beast.
Suplex City. And now it's Lesnar with a leg pin. Shoulders up before 2.
Not quite enough to put him away.
Struck with a calf kick.
He is looking to do some serious harm.
Oh, Brock put a stop to that.
Solid bit of defense on his part there. Lesnar timed that just right.
Triangle armbar. Triangle. He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Stooping low there, but who are we to judge?
And remember, guys, this is a no disqualification match. And this is just the worst position Punk can. This is it. He could put him away right here. He breaks the ref's count before 2.
Deep into this one and not even getting a 2 count.
Gets clobbered with the axe handle.
Great wherewithal to dodge there. What's it gonna take to end it? It might be this. Go to sleep.
It's all Punk's for the taking. Going right into the pin attempt.
2. No, he beats the count.
What on earth do you have to do to keep Lesnar down?
Oh my God, that hurt.
Big elbow drop.
Will Lesnar be able to kick out? Oh wow, Brock barely able to stay alive here.
After everything we've seen tonight, he must be using the reserve tanks at this point.
Ooh, shut that chair right out.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Punk now lifting his opponent up and back.
Boom! GTS.
Lesnar could not avoid the big shot.
2. Brock's done. CM Punk overcame the beast, and Paul Heyman schemes.
The winner of this match, CM Punk!
What a moment for CM Punk, proving the doubters, proving Paul Heyman wrong. On his own, with no one backing him up, CM Punk is still the best in the world.
Not even a beast can stand in his way. Defeating Lesnar, showing up Heyman, this is the ultimate moment of vindication for CM Punk. Enjoy it, Punk. Drew McIntyre steps inside Hell for the 3rd time in his career.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come so far from that day.
It has been a complete transformation since those days. This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath more than CM Punk.
It was 27 years ago to the day in St. Louis when the Hell in a Cell structure first surrounded the ring. The Undertaker faced Shawn Michaels in an epic battle. Since that night, Hell in a Cell has made history.
It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction.
Hate is a word we don't use a lot around WWE because there's a certain amount of respect between most competitors. But there is no other word I can use to describe what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have for each other.
These two have vowed to destroy each other, to end each other's careers here at Hell in a Cell.
The final match in an epic trilogy. I don't know if either of them is going to be able to survive tonight.
Punk never saw that coming. It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business. And CM Punk had no business being back in WWE. The company had buried for a decade. And that has driven us to tonight in the final match in this trilogy between Punk and McIntyre. And a sit-out powerbomb.
Thunderous impact. Look at this raw power. Huge sit-out powerbomb. We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. Every time he left, he was never the same.
That in and of itself is nothing short of miraculous. I doubt that record will ever be topped.
And how long can you last? How deep can you dig? How long will you be locked in this structure? You ask guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels who had the longest ever Hell in a Cell match in over 47 minutes. Well, Punk and from way up, diving double axe handle. Emotions running high, and this is the pain Punk promised to deliver onto McIntyre.
Yeah, and this is the hostility Punk wanted to bring.
No clue what he hopes to find down there.
He is going to a dark place, picking up a sledgehammer like that.
McIntyre counters with power. Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to.
Shoulders down, going for the cover. Punk powers out, still going strong.
He's still very much in this match, if the quickness of that kick out is any indication. Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act of cowardice, but I personally think it's strategic thinking.
Just trying to pound their opponent into the ground even further.
This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object.
This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Limited only by the confines of the cell and their own imaginations.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure.
A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers.
Setting up for something here. Oh, right to the throat. He can do it here. Wasting no time getting his shoulder up.
He is far from being put away here, that's for certain.
Smacked with the 12-pound projectile.
What an axe handle. This crowd is learning, along with Drew McIntyre, that the inside of CM Punk's head is a scary, scary place.
Connecting with the Falcon Arrow.
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with. Perched up top.
Oh, and that mistake could change the complexion of this match. He's got the target acquired, just a matter of time.
Reversal. And that turns things around. Float over neckbreaker.
Picture perfect. Oh, what a clothesline.
Looking to explore every inch of hell here now.
The steel chair, a classic for very good reason.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Not a good spot to be in.
Wow, the power that takes is insane.
And shoulders down, this might do it. The pin doesn't even last to a count of one.
That pin attempt might have been a tad premature. Bam! Well-placed calf kick.
Setting up the table. Hopefully he's thought this through.
Fends it off. Good counter. Able to capitalize on McIntyre's mistake. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Oh, man, through the table.
He's going to have to credit the table with the massive assist there. Really added even more damage to an already devastating maneuver.
And there was some force on that move. Taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks. Huge kick connects. And McIntyre on the receiving end again.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saint, and he's paying for it now. Evades the attack, and not a moment too soon.
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal.
Arm wringer.
But a shot to the jaw.
Clothesline.
Drew McIntyre showing everyone why we call him the Scottish Psychopath.
Head on CM Punk. Fights the shoulder up in one.
You've got to be kidding me. How was he able to kick out at this point? Well, start the count. We know exactly what McIntyre's aiming for here. And he gets it, the Claymore.
Punk's got a problem here.
Cover. Wow, just barely making it out.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk will always find a way to survive and continue fighting.
And now McIntyre is at a loss as his mind races to rethink his attack.
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
The goal sleep GTS from Punk.
Is it enough for Punk?
CM Punk from the top rope.
CM Punk with the elbow.
Punk has McIntyre on Dream Street right now.
CM Punk looking to end things here. Go to sleep. No way Drew's getting up now.
McIntyre turns things around. And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. Counters to gain the advantage.
Boom! McIntyre wants to prove to the WWE Universe that he's a man of his word, that the Scottish Warrior will be the one responsible for ending Punk once and for all. Over the top and lands awkwardly outside.
And he re-enters into the ring. Now to the ring, to the confines of the chain link enclosure.
Oh, looking like Patches O'Houlihan out here.
Punk avoids the attack.
Clothesline! Clothesline! And let's not forget the obsession Drew McIntyre had with Punk and what Punk has cost
Claymore! Does McIntyre cap this off?
Makes the cover and a kick out. What on earth?
Just barely more than one. What on earth are we witnessing?
That was supposed to be it. No one is more shocked right now than McIntyre. It is beyond electric in here. This energy is on another level.
Boom! It's okay, they weren't that pretty anyway.
Oh, man.
Oh, stiff wrench shot.
McIntyre's just so dominant.
Drew McIntyre is absolutely ruthless right now in his assault on CM Punk. And he manages to escape. Reversal after reversal. These two are ready for each other.
Leg drop connects from up high.
He's in a bad place. This is where it could all end for him.
Neckbreaker.
Drew sent right out of the ring.
Now bringing the fight back into the ring.
Oh, looking like Patches O'Houlihan out here.
Turning things around with a jawbreaker. Got out of the way of that one.
Oh, what an axe handle.
Drew anticipated that one.
Oh, did you hear that? Manages to reverse.
Face first.
Setting up. And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here. A bone-rattling knee.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Placed him in the corner here.
Oh, wow. Giving a new meaning to the move, hammer throw.
Oh, fires back with a kick to the gut.
Totally helpless at the moment. Running power slam.
Check out the power of McIntyre. Air raid crash.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact. And a Claymore out of nowhere. Is it enough to overcome Punk?
McIntyre has finally broken CM Punk.
Here is your
This is the final match in what has already been a brutal series between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is the 53rd match in history being settled inside this 20-foot-high steel structure.
This is the only place it could have ended between these two. Drew has vowed to destroy the man who taught him how to hate. Punk knows in order to destroy the monster, he has to become a monster. We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. Every time he left, he was never the same.
That in and of itself is nothing short of miraculous. I doubt that record will ever be topped.
And how
Going blow for blow, each one getting stiffer.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground.
No end in sight to this exchange. Boom. Blow after blow. Test of endurance at this point.
My goodness, the human skeleton shouldn't have to endure a smash like that.
Hurling that sledgehammer through the air.
Repeated hits like that are going to add up very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here. Oh, steel chairs aren't supposed to bend that way.
Come on, this has gone way too far. Just stop this already.
Wants to finish this.
From the top, double axe handle connects.
And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
Punk fought.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams, cut him!
Go to sleep.
Now CM Punk needs to end this. This crowd is learning, along with Drew McIntyre, that the inside of CM Punk's head is a scary, scary place.
Oh, the chair projected right to their face.
Holding nothing back, striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now. Elbow to the face.
This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Limited only by the confines of the cell and their own imaginations.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure. Running power slam! Into the pin. Punk powers out, still going strong.
But after shrugging off the pin, how much can he really have left?
Stomping right on their face.
What a counter!
Armringer applied, getting cracked, but a good old-fashioned punch to the mat. Claymore connects.
Here's the cover. Does he have him? Kicked out at one? Even the ref can't believe it.
We have just witnessed next-level grit, resilience, and even more so, defiance. How do you stop that?
McIntyre won't lose focus, though. He's got to remain as sharp as he was a few moments ago.
CM Punk has been going to that place, has been letting the devil out.
Oh, look at that scope slam.
Punk and McIntyre might be setting a whole new standard of brutality in this business.
Fighting like there is no tomorrow because, for one of these men, there might not be.
Elbow lands hard. It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk and Drew, this one's for the match. A kick out at 2.
Good Lord, scarily close to 3.
Bam!
Uh-oh.
Punk dodges out. Punk's had enough. He's look. He wriggles out of the danger zone there.
Sent flying out of the ring here. Moving out from the ring closer to those towering walls of the cell.
With all this in mind, take it from me. Nothing good ever comes from rearranging furniture.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
Setting up the table. He is done playing around. We all knew this wasn't going to be a 5-star wrestling classic.
An incredible match. Can't call it a fight. This has been an out-and-out brawl. Being supported by that table right now.
Absolute decimation. That table became particle board.
Quick escape from danger there.
Down on the ground, getting pummeled by that hammer.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury. Got him where he wants him.
Up and
Bullseye with the Falcon Arrow.
McIntyre must be getting phased by this attack.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the second city safe.
Claymore by McIntyre.
Looking to put this one away here. He manages to kick out. What strength.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk.
Playing possum. Shoulders down. He's changing his mind. Going for something different now.
Opponent lifted up, jaw, meet knee, GTS connects.
Drew is completely out of it.
Just bashing them with that hammer.
All eyes focused on this absolute war. It doesn't get more masterful than this. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out if Drew McIntyre can do what Punk claimed.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here. Finds the mark. And let's not forget the obsession, Drew McIntyre. Uranagi by Punk. He turns it into the Anaconda Vice. Jeez, he's trying to hold on, but I'm not sure how much more. Not sure what he's thinking. Letting go here. Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure. And now he's back into the ring.
He's starting to get up, but he might be
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective, and all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
We're the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away. No!
McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner,
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
Seth freaking Rollins as motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal.
The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
Ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in a car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk... Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk returned, when hell froze over. These emotions have been building up inside Seth Rollins for the last 14 months.
Seth Rollins says he's fighting for this company, says he couldn't believe that CM Punk verbally tried to tear this place down over the 10 years that he was gone, only to be embraced.
Watch out!
A slingshot cross body!
Like a heat-seeking missile, hit the target right on the mark.
Rollins with a reversal.
If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally earn a high-profile victory over CM Punk, he's going to have to do everything in his power to resist Punk's mind games.
Well, I agree with that sentiment, Wade, but come on. Let's not pretend that Punk's immune to the psychological attacks the Architect is capable of.
Indeed, guys, Rollins and Punk are two masters at getting under the skin of their opponents. The big question is, who can execute on their plans first? CM Punk has been very public about the many injuries that Rollins has suffered over the years. He'll no doubt be looking to target those areas tonight.
Rollins' neck, his lower back, that surgically repaired knee. Look, you can even see the brace. There's no doubt that Rollins is something of a moving target tonight, at least in Punk's eyes. But Rollins can target Punk too. Don't forget about that triceps injury from last year, because Rollins definitely has it.
You want to talk about dream matches even before the...
Now shoulders down.
Here we go.
He breaks the count before the two, still putting up a hell of a fight.
And he turned it around. He's got to mind the count-out rules as he heads ringside. Ventures out into the crowd despite the threat of a count-out. Taking the action to the outside.
Might be taking a breather here.
Oh, jumping knee strike.
Lights out. That's what I love about WWE. There's no telling where the matches will go.
Ooh.
Absolutely blasted there.
With the counter. Now he's back at ringside. He gets back into the ring. Headed back toward the ring. Maybe to avoid the count-out.
Kick to the gut by Rollins. Opponent defenseless.
Pedigree!
That patented high-impact offense from the Visionary. Punk's completely rattled now. And Seth, so often the aggressor, so often the more experienced man in the ring, simply cannot match CM Punk at this juncture.
Looks like he's got something in mind for ringside here.
Now entering the raucous crowd. Just don't forget about the referee's count.
He's in a predicament here.
Oh, driver!
Spiked him.
You've always got to be on your toes in WWE, even if you're in the crowd. All out of sorts. He won't see this coming at all.
He's getting back to the ring, looks like.
He needs to get in the ring before the count runs out.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey.
Ties the ropes to force a break.
A prime example of why you need to know where you are at all times. Oh, what an axe handle. Rollins finding himself in deep trouble here against Punk. No chorus can help this man now.
And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career, and now catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety, although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
I hit your move, they sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness, cover! Isn't it up? And a kick out!
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp, and coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet, pounding away on Rollins, frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out. He's eyeing the 3 count here.
He's able to beat a 2 count.
Not enough. There's got to be more where that came from.
Crucial moment, a revolution knee by Rollins.
Rollins lining it up. Here it comes. Stomp.
Here's Seth's big chance.
Here's the pin. Oh my, that was close.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And guys, on most nights, Rollins would have just ended this, but not tonight. Got them off their feet here.
Driven down hard with a scoop slam. His eyes are fixated. He's looking to end this. Taking flight. The springboard attack fails to land.
A clash of counters, and these superstars did their homework.
Inverted DDT! Going to the top rope. What's his plan?
Stalking from above. From the heavens. Really risked it all there.
Very fortunate to hit the mark in that one. Rollins got surprised there. Looks like he's trying to regain some control here.
Punk, what's it gonna take to end it? It might be this. Down with a GTS. Seth has got to dig deep now.
Thrown out of ringside and back to the mat. High rent district for CM Punk. Top rope. Oh, he paid for that. High risk.
A bit of a miscalculation on that attempt.
And that miscalculation could be the deciding factor in this match.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, the second city saint, the voice of the voiceless, charging himself up and going in for the kill with a...
Stop!
Now Rollins needs to end this.
Wasting no time. Into the cover. Rollins did it. Seth Rollins just beat CM Punk.
winner, Seth.
Survivor Series 2023. The utter A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent. Work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, that really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins is going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight.
You want to talk about dream matches? Even before the animosity started to boil between these two, CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins represented the best of their respective eras.
These men had some interactions, even some battles during Punk's previous run in WWE, but back then, Seth Rollins was only starting to gain notoriety as a member of the Shield.
Consider this, guys. When Punk left WWE, Seth Rollins had yet to capture a singles championship on the main roster. Now he's a Grand Slam champion in WWE, a four-time WWE champion, a Royal Rumble winner, and a Money in the Bank winner who cashed in the briefcase in the main event of WrestleMania.
Wow. When you lay out Seth's resume like that, he might have an even more decorated career than the man who calls himself the best in the world. Goes for the suplex, powered up high. Oh, but dropping behind Eddie.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
If Seth freaking Rollins...
Oh, look out, it's on now.
Oh!
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Oh, this exchange is whipping this capacity crowd into a frenzy.
This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
Barely anything left, but still slugging away. Woo! Mongolian chop.
Ooh. Spinning heel kick. There goes Rollins, kicked out of the ring.
To the sky. All the way to the outside. No matter who you are, when you crash on the floor, a searing pain races through your body.
Traveling into the crowd now.
Have to be mindful of the count, though.
And now exiting the crowd area. Returning to the ring now. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at Summerslam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight. Doing a little exploring right now.
Getting up close and personal with the WWE Universe. Clearly lost lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
He knows the clock is ticking. Time to stop messing around in the crowd.
Entering the crowd, this could get out of control. Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I don't have my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
Back into the ring here.
Gets back in the ring and the match continues. Thunderous club comes down. Very effective.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night.
From the top! Phoenix Splash connects!
That might have done it. This could be it.
I don't know who's more shocked. He just...
Wrestling him down.
It's cinched in. This could be over. Looking to free the arm and does just that. Rollins in the line of fire.
Pile driver.
Good God. Rollins finding himself in deep.
Rollins now, opponent defenseless.
Stop!
That could be Punk's demise.
And going for the pin. What, only two?
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And we know Rollins has a temper. You have to think he's starting to get in his own head a bit.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole a bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. If Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off, it could give him the mental advantage tonight. Heading out to the crowd and back to the ringside area. He quickly slides into the ring. Moves from the ring to the outside.
Heading into the crowd now. This could get dangerous.
He can be enjoying the moment too much, giving his opponent a lot of room to recover. Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
Seth just rubbing it in now. Seth Rollins trying to fire himself up.
Whoa. Spin kick to the midsection. Ooh, hooked into the turnbuckle. Down to the mat. Wards that off. What a response. He's looking to take things to the outside now. It looks like things are spilling out into the WWE Universe. Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Now this battle is out of the crowd.
Just goes to show that this thing has gone totally off the rails.
Back to the ring side area he goes as the referee continues to count. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just a
Pin. This could be it. No! Kick out at two.
kicking out of that one with everything he's got. Punk dodges out in time. Punk's had enough. He's look.
Uh-oh. Shifts the attack into an inverted DDT.
Picture perfect
drop kick. Ooh! Seth's path to victory becoming ever clearer by the moment. He is enacting his plan against Punk to perfection.
Look at this. This can't be good.
Running sit-out powerbomb. Rollins waiting in the corner. Here it comes.
Beautiful neck breaker after the float over.
That was pretty.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Nails the GTS. Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
Launching. Body on body.
Wow.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, the second city saint, the voice of the voiceless, the ever-controversial CM Punk. A match years in the making has come down to this. Two men, both five-time world champions, physically exhausted, but refusing to relent, refusing to allow the other to take advantage of their exhaustion. Buckle bomb! That patented high impact.
Seth Rollins with
The stomp.
Will that close Punk out?
and cover now for the match.
What a jaw-dropping show of strength this late into the match.
Seth Rollins in deep thought, hoping to conjure one last move to win this.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk. These two
Throwing caution to the wind.
Shot cross body.
A huge risk, but an even bigger reward.
And he tosses him back in now.
He's waiting for him to rise to deliver something devastating.
And that failed to hit the mark.
Bounce!
Ooh, he fends that off. Well-executed suplex.
His core clearly the offensive focus right now.
Oh, that didn't go as Seth designed.
Thumped with a big blow. Putting him in the corner for something here.
Oh, elbow caught him right on the bridge of the nose. High-risk plans from Rollins.
From above.
Flying.
Oh, took it high risk, but was off the mark.
Big reversal by Rollins. Rollins did it. Seth Rollins just beat CM Punk.
Here is your winner, Seth.
Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk returned, when hell froze over. These emotions have been building up inside Seth Rollins for the last 14 months.
Seth Rollins says he's fighting for this company, says he couldn't believe that CM Punk verbally tried to tear this place down over the 10 years that he was gone, only to be embraced the way he was.
Takedown. Whatever the crossface gets cinched in, this could be over.
Wrenching in this.
Looking to free the arm and does just that.
Whoa. If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally earn a high-profile victory over CM Punk, he's going to have to do everything in his power to resist Punk's mind games.
Well, I agree with that sentiment, Wade, but come on. Let's not pretend that Punk's immune to the psychological attacks the Architect is capable of.
Indeed, guys, Rollins and Punk are two masters of getting under the skin of their opponents. The big question is, who can execute on their plans first?
Great in-ring IQ on display there.
Spiked on the crown. The fans in the front rows are getting their money's worth tonight.
And the counter from Rollins.
Punk sidesteps out of that.
If you're Seth Rollins, you got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand, and that's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's going to take it. Rollins simply cannot, under any circumstances, take the bait in this match.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification. Cooler heads perhaps prevailing now. Has to be heading back to the ring to beat the referee's count. And Seth, so often the aggressor, so often the more experienced man in the ring, simply cannot match CM Punk at this juncture.
Oh, heavy contact into the steel steps.
Crashing into the barricade with such force.
Sliding back in under the ropes here. Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming. Don't know what the plan is here.
Oh, you know, just mingling with the people.
Rollins known to be irritating. We're seeing no different now. Looking to explore things ringside now.
And going amongst the crowd now.
But remember, countouts are active in this match. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I don't have my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with Office. Sliding into the cover, looking to end this.
Using the ropes for leverage. That's not right.
This one is still anyone's game at this point.
Oh, Seth gets caught with a counter.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole the bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off. It could give him the mental advantage tonight. He gets into the ring. Back to the ringside area he goes as the referee continues to count. CM Punk headed to the top rope.
Taking flight.
Oh! CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed.
Rollins looking to end it.
Stop!
CM Punk doesn't know where he is.
And into the cover. He stays alive. He stays alive.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk will always find a way to survive and continue fighting.
And Rollins not handling this well. That was it for all he knew, but it wasn't. Taking things to the top rope.
Wants to finish this.
Taking flight.
Wow! Cross body! And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career, and now catching CM Punk with a opponent doubled over. This doesn't look good.
Rollins with the stomp.
Did Rollins get enough of it?
Cover. Rollins did it. Seth Rollins just beat CM Punk.
Here is your winner, Seth.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins
Blast off. Completely missed the mark there.
Uh-oh. Quick maneuvering, managing to avoid that bit of offense. You want to talk about dream matches. Even before the animosity started to boil between these two, CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins represented the best of their respective eras.
These men had some interactions, even some battles during Punk's previous run in WWE, but back then, Seth Rollins was only starting to gain notoriety as a member of the Shield.
Consider this, guys. When Punk left WWE, Seth Rollins had yet to capture a singles championship on the main roster. Now he's a Grand Slam champion in WWE, a four-time WWE champion, a Royal Rumble winner, and a Money in the Bank winner who cashed in the briefcase in the main event of WrestleMania.
Wow. When you lay out Seth's resume like that, he might have an even more decorated career than the man who calls himself the best in the world.
Hey, WWE Universe, be prepared for some guests.
If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally earn a high-profile victory over CM Punk, he's going to have to do everything in his power to resist Punk's mind games.
Well, I agree with that sentiment, Wade, but come on. Let's not pretend that Punk's immune to the psychological attacks the Architect is capable of.
Indeed, guys, Rollins and Punk are two masters at getting under the skin of their opponents. The big question is, who can execute on their plans first? And he heads back into the ring.
We could see a count out here. Rollins making perfectly clear who the visionary is in this match. Check out the springboard.
Oh! What a lariat! Momentum is really on Punk's side.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Cole.
Wrestling him down.
It's cinched in. This could be over.
This might just do it.
Looking to free the arm and does just that.
Oh, man. And Seth, so often the aggressor, so often the more experienced man in the ring, simply cannot match CM Punk at this juncture.
Now heading outside.
Oh, God, tossed into those massive steel steps. Absolutely no give there.
Powerbomb position.
Simple but effective technique to get out of there.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect A lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
Now he's back at ringside. Ooh, snaps the leg across the head.
Rollins can't find any reprieve right now.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
Stalking from above.
And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing.
I don't know if it's resiliency. I don't know if it's sheer instinct, but
Rollins perhaps going in for the kill.
Oh, Seth Rollins with a massive stop.
Punk's got a problem here.
Going for the cover. Somehow he kicked out.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk will always find a way to survive and continue fighting.
Rollins is starting to lose his temper. He needs to...
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, down with the GTS.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
Oh, yeah, from the top.
Elbow drop to the heart. Punk in the driver's seat now. He's got Rollins right where he... CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
Go to sleep.
That's going to keep Rollins down.
There's two, and a kick out. No one saw that coming.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
CM Punk
Fighting out of the situation.
Turns it into a swinging neck breaker.
Rollins with the wrist trapped.
boom, ripcord knee. Punk wasting no motion on the counter.
Face first.
Setting up.
The Koji clutch is locked in.
He makes the choice to abandon the hold.
Risking it all here.
Shot cross body.
Threw caution to the wind, and it paid off big time.
And he throws the opposition back into the ring.
Good reflexes from him there. Connected hard with the calf kick.
Triangle armbar. Triangle armbar. Submission hold in. That's hooked in deep. And for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold. Stops that offense from connecting.
Looking for the double underhook. Here it comes.
Pedigree!
That patented high-impact offense from the visionary. Punk's completely rattled now. And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back goes to sleep. That has to be the final nail in the coffin.
Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.